know we've seen better days. Life is just a game we play.
Oh, it's chilly. It's also super windy, so I'm sorry if the audio is a little like, but welcome to Ireland. This is Achill Island. It's also kind of spelt like a chill island. So I remember I was talking to the locals. I was like, oh yeah, I think we're going to a chill island. We have been here in Ireland for the past week and we've met up with a friend of mine who lives here in Ireland. And I thought it'd be fun to make a video on how a local and how a tourist shoots a location. All right, let's go meet Dylan, the guy that's our local in this video. It's cold, man.
Yeah, it is, dude. I left the coat in the van.
Okay, so we were in Ireland for this conference a few days ago. That's called the Power of Video Conference. And Dylan, our new friend, he works here. We've been chatting over DMs on Instagram for a while now. So he's met up with us. He's a great photographer, great vlogger, Instagram story. He's all about stories. So Dylan, tell us more about you.
What's happening? Yeah, my name is Dylan. I'm a photographer, like do video stuff here in Northern Ireland. I just like traveling about, taking photos and hanging out with people.
So we're gonna head down to that beach right now and start shooting some photos. We're down at the beach now. We're gonna get the local to start shooting first.
As I said earlier, like Ireland's got a load of solitude about it, so I really like trying to find ways to bring people into my shots. It's something I always enjoy, and there's this dude sitting down here on this bench, and I'm a big fan of using that frame and trying to capture that tiny little bit. So I'm trying to get down low, capture him, and show a bit of the seaside and sort of, I don't know, remove everybody else from the scene so it looks like it's just him by himself. Yeah, cool. I'm happy with that. It kind of worked. I like it. I want to take a trip down there. Have you seen this like real blue water and white sand? Sticking to that solitude sort of idea. There's this rock that's peering up from the outside here. There's a couple of people hidden in the cliffs. So I'm shooting on a 70-200 here, and I want to just, to get a bit of compression, I'm going to use something in the foreground here, maybe these little humps. That idea of like looking through stuff so you feel like you're not super like involved in the situation, but you're looking at it from a distance, that always kind of interests me. One of the things I really like here is because this is a country where people don't initially assume beach seaside interaction. When you see people on a beach, you've got this beautiful strand here and hardly anyone's on it. So I love getting that shot where you see like the rolling hills coming down and then people actually engaging in the ocean sort of beach environment, because you can do it here with a warm jumper. One of the cool things about this entire country is like all the ruins. You see them everywhere, whether they're like old castles or old like farm huts, just old buildings everywhere. And while you pass them every single day and you kind of just get to start to ignore them, when you do actually use them, I love using them for foreground photography, like shooting through this little gap here and you get to capture this little moment. So you've got this like old rustic building and then this like look straight through at these two dudes sitting having a coffee. I like that. It's just a beautiful frame and it sort of reminds me of that tranquility that you get throughout this entire country.
All right, so it's my turn now, the tourist, to go and shoot some photos. So we've been at the spot for the last like hour or so. There was a few things that I noticed that I was like, I want to shoot this because it reminds me of Ireland. So the first thing right now is I love this structure right down here, and then maybe get like a bit of depth of field so that we get this structure which feels kind of Ireland, as well as capturing some of the beach. Trying to put some stuff in the foreground here to try to capture some of this swamp, because to me we've captured a lot of green and grass, and that's kind of what Ireland is to me as a tourist. And I just really love the textures in this building. So we're gonna get a few more shots here and then go to the next location. Phil and I were just talking here for a second. He was like, I would have never shot the hut. That's just like a normal hut here in Ireland. To me, that feels very Ireland and authentic and raw. Whereas on the other hand, as a local, he's like, ah, just another hut. I want to go shoot sheep now, because to me, I've seen so many sheep. They're always on the road. They're going in front of us. Whereas Dylan, what are your thoughts on sheep?
I feel like I've done it.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm done with them.
I just want to get some banger sheep photos. So we're gonna climb up here and try to find some aesthetic looking sheep. Dylan, why do they have different colors?
It's to do with which sheeps have been getting their action on. What they do is they paint the underside of the male sheep. Transfer of paint goes from the underbelly to the back end of the female sheep, and then they know which ones have potentially been impregnated.
Learn something new every day. I kind of like that we had to like walk up a little bit so that hopefully we can get a bit of this beach in the background, because one of the things that you don't instantly think of when you think Ireland, you're like white sand beaches. I want to try to capture what people think of Ireland and then what they don't think of Ireland and combine them together, and that's hopefully a frame we're going to capture. You really got to seize the moment in this situation because they got spooked pretty quickly. So I think I got a frame I'm happy with. We're gonna try to get a bit closer to them over here and see if we can get another attempt at this photo, maybe a horizontal shot, not just vertical.
Do you ever feel like you should have gone second? So you thought your shots through a little bit more? That's what's happening right now.
Once you spend a little bit more time at a location, things start to open up. You see more than what you thought you saw before. There's this awesome white house, super minimalist. It's got sheep in it. It's got these big, jagged like mountains. So I want to capture a bit of that because it's different. Okay guys, this is future Chris popping in right now because past Chris, while he was in Ireland, did shoot an outro, but it was completely overexposed and super windy and loud. Here's a clip of that. All right, we are at the top of this beautiful bridge here in Newport, just a little town that's just outside of Achill Island that we were just at. You don't want to listen to that because past Chris did a bad job. Bad job, past Chris. Future Chris here to save the day. I had a lot of fun shooting with Dylan in Ireland, and I have a few takeaways from that experience that I'd like to share with you. I think it's really important to try to have the mindset while shooting of being a local or vice versa, being a tourist. The two perspectives are wildly different, and what's important to a local might be very different to a tourist. And I think it's kind of cool to adapt that mindset. But if you can't get into that mindset while shooting, go and talk to locals while you're traveling. They might point out things that they really love, and that might be an amazing experience. It might be a new perspective for you to shoot, and it might just be another thing that makes a well-rounded trip experience. So I encourage you, go and talk to locals and try to have that frame of mind of a local while you're traveling, and vice versa. I have to remember that even though I live in Toronto, it might be fun to go shoot the CN Tower, even though all the tourists like to shoot the CN Tower. So have both perspectives while you're out there capturing amazing artistic images. Now, because Dylan is not here to defend himself, I think we should decide who is the winner. No, I'm just joking. There is no winner in this situation. Art is subjective. Nobody wins. But on that note, Dylan did a really great job. I really loved having him on the channel. So please go and check out Dylan. He has one of my favorite personalities on Instagram stories. So if you want to go check that out, links are below. And on that note, if you guys like this video and you guys liked Ireland, because I loved Ireland, please press like. It actually makes a difference. Subscribe and hit the bell to be notified for future videos. And we will catch you guys in the next one. And you're probably thinking to yourself, Chris Howe, beach, he better have gone swimming. And you know I did. So I pulled my hair out and I went for a quick Baywatch run on the freezing cold beaches of Ireland. We're gonna end out on that note. We'll see you guys next time. Peace out. I don't wanna do that. Everyone always does that. We're not gonna do that. Bye. Okay, so the tourist is gonna go swimming. Is the local gonna go swimming?
Nah, I'm all right. It's too cold today, I think, for me. What swimming costume have you brought with you?
I've got the classic red boxers.
The question is, are you gonna do the slow-mo running down the beach?